November 2nd. Oh, by the way, as a psychiatrist, not a psychologist, you have the ability to prescribe medication, obviously, right?
Yes.
And that's what we talked about, the DEA number and all of that, correct, which you had for about a month, other than when you were a resident, right?
Yes.
So you're prescribing these SSRIs and antipsychotics and antitropics or whatever they are, and it's important as to the metabolism of your patient with those drugs, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, wait a second. What does metabolism mean?
The body breaking down the medication.
So how is it that you can determine how the body of your patient is breaking down the medication that is in their brain and they're complaining about all of these symptoms? How, as a doctor, do you determine how the body's breaking it down?
We don't typically have any specific testing that we do to understand that.
How about a blood test?
It's not done for that.
It's not done for that, meaning a blood test is not done to determine the metabolism of your patient, of your medications?
Are you referring to genetic testing?
No, I'm asking about the metabolism. I'm not
Okay.
talking about genetics. I'm talking about the metabolism of the SSRIs in her body.
Okay.
You can tell that metabolism rate through blood testing, right?
Not in the way that you're describing.
Okay, what way would it be?
There is genetic testing that can give information about metabolism.
Like what?
It can talk about different enzymes that a person might have to suggest it provides information about the enzymes that a person might have the genes for.
Okay, so it provides the enzymes that a person might have the genes for. Forgive me, I'm having difficulty with that. What does that mean?
It's a little complicated.
Yeah, you don't expect a patient that's going through what she was going through to understand that, would you?
No,
Did you guys do the enzyme test?
they are not typically done.
Why?
Because, again, it's genetics
Does
and...
insurance cover it?
She's in the middle of answering.
You finish that answer and I'll allow a follow-up. Go ahead, Doc.
So it's not as simple as testing for an enzyme or not. You can test someone's genome, like we have the ability to test the entire human genome now, but which is great, but the clinical use of that is not there yet. So while we can test these things, it does not yield meaningful clinical information, so it is not commonly done.
What is the Cytopro P4-50 system?
That's one of the enzymes that I'm talking about.
So the Cytopro P450 system talks about and tests for the breakdown of psychiatric meds in the blood, right?
It's not in the way that you're describing. It doesn't tell you what medicines to
Hold on.
take.
Again, one at a time. Finish the answer and then you can ask follow-up. Go ahead, Doc.
It just, yes, this is a test that is done, but it doesn't tell you what medications a patient will do better on. It's not useful in that way.
So what's it useful for?
I mean, I don't find it terribly useful.
How long has the Cytopro P450 system been in use in your field?
I'm sorry?
How long has the Cytopro P450 system been in use in your field, psychiatry?
Well, it's an enzyme in the body.
Well, I know what it is. I'm asking you about the system, the testing. How long have they been using that?
The genetic testing, maybe a
whatever
few
it is.
years. It's very new,
Very new. Does insurance cover it?
sometimes.
Sometimes. So it is nevertheless a legitimate test to determine the breakdown of psychiatric meds in a patient's blood, correct?
It exists, yes.
It exists. Well, it exists, but you didn't use it, right?
It would not have made a difference
In what? In your opinion?
in her treatment.
Because you go by the checks in the checkbox and what she self-reports, right?
No, not just the checks in the checkbox.
Oh. In any event, tell me about the thyroid.
The
Tell me
thyroid?
about the thyroid.
It's an organ in the human body that regulates hormones.
And what, if any, import and impact do thyroid levels have on your evaluation of a woman who is in the throes of postpartum depression?
They don't.
What is the purpose of a test to determine the thyroid levels?
Well, you can test something like the TSH.
Well, I don't know what a TSH is. I'm sorry. What is a TSH?
Thyroid stimulating hormone.
Okay, thank you.
That's something that can be tested typically by maybe a PCP, primary care, or endocrinologist if they have concerns about someone's thyroid function.
Were you aware of a study that was a major study that was peer-reviewed? What does peer-reviewed mean in your business?
That it was reviewed by other researchers in a similar field.
And the report or the article or whatever it may be has to be approved by the peers that are reviewing it before it can be published, right?
Yes.
And you'd agree with me that in the medical field, it's a big deal to have publishing articles on your resume, right?
Yes.
And how many articles have you published about postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis, anything?
I have published something, but it's not a full article. It's just a small thing.
Okay. Are you aware of the Psychiatry magazine article dealing with, in 2021, thyroid function in postpartum psychosis, an exploratory study? Have you ever heard of anything about that, let alone read an article about it?
No.
Are you aware that there are studies that have compared thyroid function between psychosis with postpartum onset, PPO, psychosis without postpartum onset, PWPO, and normal postpartum? You aware of that?
No.
Well, you're supposed to be an expert, or you specialize, or you have an interest in treating women that have suffered from postpartum, correct?
Yes.
Have you written any articles at all about postpartum depression, anxiety, psychosis?
No, I'm not a researcher. I'm a clinician.
Have you read any of the articles, such as thyroid function in postpartum psychosis?
I've read many articles. There are thousands. I have not read that specific article.
Thousands? Thousands of articles on postpartum psychosis and the thyroid?
No, not on that specific topic.
So, when the Astor doctors are treating a person like Lindsay, it's your testimony to this jury that testing, whether it's blood testing or whether it's the Cytopro P4 testing, is not necessary because Jennifer Tufts doesn't think it's necessary, right?
It does not yield information that would influence treatment.
Really? So if there was elevation in the thyroid, that wouldn't impact on your treatment at all, your evaluation, your investigation?
Sorry, I thought you had mentioned the cytochrome issue. Are we talking about that one, or are we talking about the thyroid?
Talking about the thyroid.
Okay.
Yeah. So if
Can you
there were
repeat?
tests that revealed elevation in the thyroid level, is it your testimony that you wouldn't care?
If I somehow found out that a patient had elevated thyroid levels, I would advise them to talk to their primary care or maybe get an endocrinologist to discuss it.
Did you ever recommend that Lindsay get an endocrinologist?
No, she
And the
did
reason-
not.